All right, looks like we are live. Let me get this link posted out for everybody. Under USFFL broadcasts. Really, we didn't do that, did we? Come on. I see why it didn't work. There it goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live now, heading to Lincoln Financial. No, actually, we're in Cleveland. 1 second here. There we are. All right, so Cleveland on the opening drive of the game at home, it appears. Mayfield already has a 12-yard completion in this one. That's correct. First drive of the game, 5 plays, only 14 yards so far. 3rd and 17 for Cleveland. Landry and Higgins are split out, and Kareem Hunt, your third down back, typically deep in the eye. And Hunt's running a wheel, and he is going deep. Deep throw, incomplete. Baker on his card finds a hole on the number 6, and it'll be 4th and 17. And on the opening possession of this game, Cleveland is forced to punt. There's a nice punt deep down to the 5, it looks like. Let's see what they do. They're going to try to return that, but it is a fair catch. So Eagles will take over at their 5, I thought, but instead I'm confused why we're at the 20. It even says he called a fair catch there. Calls for the fair catch, but somehow we're up to the 20. Makes me wonder if my game is frozen. I'll bet that's what it is. Let's get Harlan in there. All right, Harlan, you are added. And let's see. Okay, so it looks like the game is going. I'm not the only one that thought it was stuck. And I'm not exactly sure how on a fair catch we've ended up at the 20 on a punt to the 5, but here we are. I see no evidence to explain that intelligently. So let's just move on with the game. Philly, their opening possession from the 20 here. It's a sideline pass on 1st and 10 to Jalen Rager, catching the Cleveland defense, guessing run. And there's a completion. And with a little bit of extra yard after the catch, it's going to be 7 yards on that one. Jalen Rager gets 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. Carson Wentz, the quarterback for Philly. Worth mentioning, as they have seen Jalen Hurts make a start here or there. And here's another sideline pass to Jalen Rager, and it's again against the run defense of Cleveland. There's a 4-yard completion with some yak behind that, but it's going to stay as a 4. But on 2nd and 3, that's good enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, is this Harlan? How you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Dude, I'm just fine, man.
Hey, it'd be interesting to check the play log on that punt because I was confused like you were. How did they end up at the 20?
That is a good idea, actually. Let's see here. Punt return, 4th and 17, 1st and 10 at the 20. Does it say? But it said fair catch.
If you click on the line with the punt, does it give the detail of what happened? I can't.
There we go.
57 yards from the 39. So where would that take it to?
80, 96. It's to the 4 or the 5-yard line, just like we said.
Punt return, fair catch. Turnover. Oh, yeah, that's the punt. Fair catch. Oh, weird.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened there. That's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
Feel the difference with Downy.
So I'm curious. I noticed that
neither one of them commented on it. So.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Nobody commented on it, which makes me believe it may just be a byproduct of what we saw with lag or something like that, as opposed to what really happened.
Gotcha.
So who knows? I was actually looking at the play log to see if there was a 15-yard play we missed, but no, it was first down. So I think it's kind of hard to explain. But maybe once the week file is there at the end of this game, I can look and see the play log at that point. It'll look different. Who knows? So 3rd and 6, and let's see. From their own 46, Boston Scott, the third down back in here. Two tight end formation, and Cleveland runs out of the nickel on 3rd down. You played quite a thriller this week, by the way, Harlan. Real quick.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I mean, I don't think I've ever played in a game where the two teams combined for that many points.
Yeah, that was a lot of points. But you pulled it out in the end.
Yep. Yeah, I got some breaks. Zeke lost a fumble, but there was a penalty that nullified that on the last drive. That was a big play.
And after the 4th down punt, Cleveland taking over with their second drive of this game. 1st and 10 from their 17, 9:18 to go here in the first quarter. And so, Harlan, are you 3 and 7?
3 and 7, yep.
Okay, so that's still a record that would be a lot worse if the division leader was beyond 6 and 4. But yeah, you still have a hill to climb. But I would certainly feel like you're still in it in that division.
Keeping pace with last year's Cowboys.
Sure.
They were 3 and 7 at this point, but I haven't won a division game yet.
Oh,
so
yeah, that
hurts.
That hurts a lot.
Got a rematch with Washington this next week, and I see that they lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think so.
Did I see that? Did they get shut out by Cincinnati, or am I imagining that?
Yeah, I think so. Was that 20? I think it was 26-0, if I remember right.
That was a shocker that they got shut out. Not that they got beat necessarily. Cincinnati's, they can beat anybody, it seems like. Oh, I'm sorry. It was 21-14. They lost 21-14.
I must have that confused with a different game.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down here for Cleveland, 3rd and 2. Kareem Hunt comes back in on 3rd down. This Cleveland team has over 320 rushes on the year already. They are very, very run happy.
Yeah, I played them earlier in the year, and they ran all over me.
And here's a good call on defense. Bruce Mogg keying Kareem Hunt on that 3rd down run, risking the pass. And he makes the right call, though. Kareem Hunt is stuffed, and on 4th and 3, Cleveland's punting again from their 24.
Cleveland ran for 268 yards against Dallas on 36 carries.
Good gracious.
Although I was in the game, even late, I was going in to go ahead, and Zeke lost a fumble inside the red zone, and then Cleveland went down the other end and scored, and that sealed the deal.
Sure. Yeah, you've lost some heartbreakers.
Well, I've won some luck. This last win was really a lucky win, I felt.
I certainly relate to that. Here's a deep ball to Deshaun Jackson. And look out. Carson Wentz is throwing a pick. Intercepted by Cleveland just inside their own 40-yard line. And it's a nice return across the 50, but there's a penalty.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. It does. Pass interference on the defense. So wipe away that interception from Carson Wentz, and he gets a do-over plus the yardage. 1st and 10 now in Cleveland territory at the 45. Miles Sanders single setback in a 2 tight end formation. Sanders leading the USFFL, by the way, with a 7.3 rush average on the year. And there's a 4-yard run on 1st down by Sanders. Makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I think he was out a couple of games earlier and cost the Eagles.
Yeah, I wondered if that, when I saw that he was leading the league in that category, I wondered if that might contribute to, well, he's got a low amount of carries, but he really has quite a bit. He's got 97 carries already. He's on pace for his regular number that year, it would seem to me.
He had 143 yards on 19 carries in their first game against Dallas.
Yeah, he's definitely lightning in a bottle when you hand it to him. Another first down here for the Eagles, and they have 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 29. Here's a slant pass to the tight end, Zach Ertz. Eagles love to attack you from the tight end position, but actually he's flushed out of the pocket, and there's a completion, 10 yards. And let's see who got that one. Miles Sanders out of the backfield again. Wentz 5 of 6, and Cleveland has now marched into the red zone, 1st and 10. Or I should say they've marched into the Cleveland red zone, 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's another screen and a Miles Sanders against a run defense, and it's a completion for 5 yards. Probably fortunate for the defense there that it went to their card. Stopped at a 5-yard gain. It's 2nd and 5 at the Cleveland 14. Cleveland comes into this game riding a 3-game win streak. They were 2-4 until about a month ago. They got beat by the Steelers, and since that time, they've won 3 straight games and now sit at 5-4. There's a first down run. Actually, I'm sorry, that's a little dump pass to Jalen Reagor. Regular target here in the first quarter. 3 receptions, 20 yards, and it's 1st and goal at the 5. Boston Scott now in at tailback. Cleveland defense showing blitz. Penalties can be killer. Penalty brought back an interception and has set up this scoring opportunity for the Eagles. And there's a nice stuff by the run defense. Boston Scott getting nowhere, and it's 2nd and goal at the 5.
Bruce needs one more win to qualify for the Coach of the Year playoffs.
Is that right? Did they only win 4 games last year?
Yep.
That is amazing. Well, then you got to give him credit. He's got him at 4 and
5. 4-11 and 1.
Wow.
Of course, they could still make the regular playoffs or not. They're really in.
He's running again. Boston Scott stuffed for a 3rd time. 3 carries, all for no yards. And with Boston Scott failing to push the ball forward, it's 3rd and goal now at the 5-yard line. So, one of the early big plays in this game, a 3rd down conversion opportunity at the 5-yard line for Philly. Reagor and Deshaun Jackson are going to split wide. 2 tight ends, Goddard and Rogers. Scott remains in on 3rd down in the deep I. Cleveland showing blitz out of the 4-2-5. I assume Carson Wentz is barking out signals. We're waiting to see what that call is. I would expect something to one of these tight ends. No, it's a run again, right up the middle. Right. And give the defense credit. They called run again.
Big play here.
Big play. 4-yard gain puts it at the 1-yard line. 4th and goal at the 1.
I think you got to go for it.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Full house formation, and especially with the Phillies' powerful offensive line. Although I do see a 0 there. I wonder if somebody's missing. Full house formation. Defense showing blitz out of the 4-3. Come on.
It's a 50-50 call if you're the Eagles, run or pass. I think if you're Cleveland, you're calling run and take the chances on the pass, but never know.
It's a slant pass to Dallas Goedert. Defense guessing run, and that's a touchdown. Carson Wentz puts it in. Touchdown, Eagles. And for Dallas Goedert, that is his 8th touchdown reception of the year. Goddard now tied for 2nd in the USFFL, right behind Travis Kelce of the Chiefs. Wentz 8 for 9 here in the early going, and he's got the Eagles on top, getting ready to kick off to the Browns.
The Eagles are starting a brutal stretch of their schedule. So they got Cleveland this week. Next week they host Seattle. Then they go to Green Bay. Then they host New Orleans.
Oh. And New Orleans is playing pretty strong right now. They just beat the Falcons this week.
And the Falcons have got a tough team.
Yeah, and John's sure playing them well, too.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm frozen up here.
Looks like usually it happens on kickoffs, it seems like, with me.
Blue circle of death. Let's close it.
Changes of possession.
Oh, we got other people out here that might want in. Looks like it's Anthony. I'm sorry I didn't see you there, Anthony. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, Anthony.
Well, guys, how are you?
Good.
You know me, I don't multitask quite as well as you, so I didn't notice you were there. Apologies.
No problem. I'll be in and out.
That sounds fun. Always love to have you.
Is that a Don Hudson jersey, Anthony?
It is a Don Hudson jersey. That's right.
Nice. Yeah. Cool.
Nice recognition, Arlen.
Well, I saw the 14, and I thought, well, that looks like the Packer throwbacks, but I thought it could be Michigan Wolverines. But.
Right. And I'm in Michigan, so most people who don't know Michigan think it's a Michigan jersey.
Right.
Hey, by the way, if I can interject here with you guys, it just occurred to me there's a college football game that I recorded, and I'm going to watch. I always record one every weekend and then watch it late at night on Saturday night. So don't tell me anything about Michigan State versus Ohio State because I've recorded that one.
Heard.
Okay.
All right, just thought I'd save myself the spoilers. We're back, by the way. 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cleveland 2nd and 5 at their own 41, trailing 7-0.
And Tim, you can take our ugly mugs off the screen if you want and go full to
Are you guys on? I didn't think you were.
Yeah, we're on.
This happens all the time. Let me go ahead and take care of that.
You did that yesterday, matter of fact. So.
Did I really?
Oh, I did it yesterday.
Oh, you did it yesterday.
And I see Dennis has joined as well.
Yeah, looks like that. We'll add him. Feel free to let me know if anybody else shows up. If I miss it. Okay, and now we're back to the full screen and into the game. All right, here we go. Wow, Kareem Hunt already 8 carries, 42 yards, and running him again, and that's 6 yards against a run call on defense. So Kareem Hunt is plowing away, 9 carries, 48 yards already, just into the second quarter. Makes me curious about Chubb. I don't think he's out today. Did I miss that? Let's see. It is all Kareem Hunt so far. Maybe he's managing the workload. Let's double check on injuries. I didn't think he was out. He's not. D'Ernest Johnson is injured for this game, the third running back. And here's Kareem Hunt again, 6 more and a first down. So 10 rushes right away here for Kareem Hunt in the early going. Baker, I noticed, has played under probably performance expectations so far. So it could be just a conservative approach with just 1 for 3 passing and 10 runs now for Kareem Hunt. Now we're throwing deep ball on 1st and 10. Jarvis Landry is the target. And on the defensive card, result is receiver, and he's got it. That's a completion of 29 inside the 5, down to the 3, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Cleveland. And that'll bring out the full house formation to include Nick Chubb.
Coming into this game, Chubb needed 90 yards to get to the 1,000 mark for the season.
Wow, that's right, 910. And he's going to run him right up the middle against a run defense. And Chubb's got it right up the middle, touchdown.
That's his 9th rushing touchdown of the season.
That's right, and I think the leader has 12, and I think it's Dalvin Cook. Is that right?
Good question.
Extra point, by the way, is good for Cleveland, and we're all tied up at 7. Cleveland kicks off, 12:54 to go here in the second. Kickoff is right at the goal line, so Philly's got an opportunity to make a decision here.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones is tied with them after this week with the Packers. They both have 12.
Okay.
Henry has 11.
And I think
there we go.
Again.
No, is there anything that can be done to stop that from locking up whenever there's a kickoff?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say that it's certainly fair to say that I'm seeing more of that this year than before in gameplay. And then I think, broadcasting does create some additional complications that, just stress and challenge machines and connectivity. I don't know enough about it, even though I kind of do it for a living. I play in the sandbox and make some money. Let's see, Cleveland and Philly. Oops, wrong one. There we go. All right, we're back. Do we still have the right setting? Yeah, we're just showing everything. That's what I wanted to make sure. All right, so Philly's got it 2nd and 8 now at their 43. Tie game here, interconference play. There's an off tackle to Miles Sanders. Defense was guessing pass, but it goes to the defensive card. And that looks like it's going to be a gain of just 1 yard. So that's going to set up 3rd down and 7. Philadelphia already 0 for 2 on 3rd down. They do have 8 first downs in this game, but haven't converted in that clutch moment. We'll see if they can do it here. 2 tight ends. Boston Scott, the single tailback. Defense out of the nickel. Short pass to Deshaun Jackson, and that's incomplete. Carson Wentz on his card, can't find it, and it's 4th down. Eagles are punting it back. 46-yard punt down to the 10. And Donovan Peoples-Jones fields it there. No gain. And then they'll set up there. 1st and 10 on the 10 for Cleveland. Steelers defense been playing strong of late. I saw that they've allowed just 7 and 3 points in 2 of their last 3 games. Good chance of winning when you hold your team under, single digits. There's a short pass, 11 yards, and a 1st down to Rashard Higgins. Baker Mayfield with his 3rd completion. Out to the 21. Eagles essing run again on defense, and it's a quick slant over the middle to Austin Hooper. And that's going to be a result of receiver and a 6-yard gain. Tom Veltri attacking the middle linebacker zone, where a 0 is sitting there because of an injury to TJ Edwards.
Do you know, did Baltimore win their game this week against Tennessee?
Yes, they did. Something in the 27-12 range or somewhere around there. Convincingly, but not a blowout.
So things are going to be really bunched up in that AFC North, especially if Cleveland wins this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There's a short pass, incompletion. It was an interception split roll there for Baker Mayfield. Missed that roll, but no yards, 3rd and 4. Cleveland at their own 27. These aren't the strongest quarterbacks in the field here in the USFFL. And in fact, Wentz might even be considered a problem, but both teams still fighting for playoff position. And on 3rd and 4, Cleveland, or I should say Philly, looks like they're dropping into the dime, but he does mention that he hit the wrong defense.
It's an obvious draw play, right? Oh, he took a timeout.
Yeah, that's smart for the exact reason you said.
Right.
Yeah, so for those who may not have seen it, yeah, it was a dime defense call defensively on 3rd and 4, setting up a free run for the 1st down to the best run offense in football. So worthy of burning a timeout there for Bruce Mogg. And who are we kidding? We've all done that at least once, including burning the timeout. I'm not going to take that chance either. I think that's a smart call. So we're right back where we started. 3rd and 4 at the 27. Chubb in the deep I. Eagles in the 4-3. Eagles with that stout defensive front. Cleveland's going to have to be thinking about that if they're going to be passing short and long today. Of course, Cleveland has the USFFL sack leader, too, with Myles Garrett on that side. 9 sacks already this year. Eagles again guessing run. There's a short pass to Rashard Higgins for a first down. And that penalty is against Philly, so the completion should stand. Cleveland should decline it. And it's 1st and 10 out to the 37.
Yeah, speaking of Wentz, he had a terrible game, and the Eagles lost to the Giants last week. He was 7 for 19, 77 yards, 2 interceptions.
Was he the only quarterback in that game?
Hurts threw 5 passes and completed 3. I don't remember if he came after him or what.
You're not going to get very far with that kind of pass offense.
Although Wentz lit it up when he played the Cowboys, he completed like 70% of his passes. Well,
but even in your wins, your defense is giving up a lot of points even in your wins, right? For the most part?
Pretty much. Well, yeah, this last game I gave up 42, so that really put me to the top of – I think the Vikings have allowed more points than the Cowboys, but we're right up there with them.
Another short pass completion, Mayfield to Austin Hooper, and they're up near midfield now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Just over 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Defense again with the run call. It's an incomplete pass, finding the only hole on short pass defensive card 3 men. And I've noticed a real propensity for Bruce to call run. Of course, you are facing that top run defense. So he's being very aggressive with those run calls. All those 0 linebackers, I'd be maybe targeting that. Here's a pitch out to Nick Chubb, and that's going to be a gain of 7 on the defensive card, setting up a 3rd and 3, manageable. What do you like here on 3rd and 3, Harlan?
Maybe it is time to hit one of those flat passes. But Bruce is obviously thinking the same thing, and maybe he'll probably double up one of those zones and hope you pick the one that he doesn't double up. Or you could double up 2 of them.
Yeah, I'd probably just run at me. And he's running it right at the middle against the pass defense. Nick Chubb needing 3 for the first down, and he's got it more.
Wow.
Down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Actually, the 16. That's a 29-yard pickup on line buck wrong.
He's averaging 13 yards a carry in this game.
That's awesome. Nick Chubb has the Browns inside the 20. And he'll stay in the game in the deep I. And they're going to key him, and successfully. Let's see how the roll comes out. On his own card, it's 0, and it's in the right column, I guess, of course, because there's not a linebacker in the zone. Nevertheless, nothing doing on first down, and it's 2nd and 10. Eagles will show blitz again, and there's a quick slant. Attacking that middle linebacker again, but it's incomplete. Went to the defensive card, and it's 3rd and 10.
That was a big play there.
That was a big play. 3rd and 10. If you pick up a few yards there, you're sitting where you could get, just a flat pass still, a run. The whole playbook's open, but now on 3rd and 10, it's a lot more strangling on your options. Now split wide formation, 3 wide receivers for the Eagles. To the nickel for the defense, showing blitz. Short pass, Rashard Higgins, but there's a sack. In on the play is Fletcher Cox, and that's his 7th sack on the year. 6-yard loss, and it's going to be a field goal attempt coming from the 22-yard line. And from 39 yards out, Cody Parkey sets up, and it's good. 2 through 8 and 12. He rolls the double sixes, and Cleveland assumes the lead 10-7 here with 4:48 to go in the first half.
The red zone defense stiffened up there for Philadelphia.
And that's something, by the way, that you mentioned, Harlan, that they've improved on. I know when I broadcasted a game for Philly 3 weeks ago or more, they were struggling in red zone defense, but it's been improving since then. And I think we just got busted on another kickoff freeze. That's really disappointing to see that 3 times in the first half, and that to answer anybody's question who might be curious, is not normal. I have not seen that happen very often. All right, so let's go ahead and get this up again. I had never noticed that it was happening on kickoffs more frequently until you said that, and now it's happened that way all 3 times. Harlan, I think you jinxed us. I want to close this pass rush matchup just because I think sometimes that's just asking my machine to handle a little bit more while broadcasting. So, and we're just in time to see a 15-yard run. Miles Sanders off tackle. He had a split roll of 2, 3, or actually just 2 to 3, and he got the 3, got the 15, and Philadelphia is already out to the 48-yard line. So the Eagles up near midfield, 3:36 to go here in the first half. They're trailing on the road, 10-7. Both teams in that near 500 range, so they desperately need a win this late in the season. Miles Sanders stays in as a single setback, and they're going to throw it out to him on a screen. And on the defensive card, it's going to be a modest 3-yard pickup. So 2nd and 7. Carson Wentz, 11 of 13 here so far in the first half. Only 86 yards, but he's had some
that
success.
interception that was called back because of the pass interference penalty.
Big penalty as well, because it ended up being a touchdown drive. And here's a slant pass. Dallas Goedert, the tight end, and that's incomplete. Carson Wentz can't find the hit on his card, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 7. Only 2:42 to go here in the first half. Cleveland's outgained them 164 to 116. Cleveland's up by 3 points. They're 3 of 6 on 3rd down. Philly's still 0 of 3 on 3rd down. Here's their 4th opportunity coming up here. 2 tight end formation. Boston Scott subs in as our tailback. Rager and Deshaun Jackson split out. Cleveland shifts to the nickel. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Richard Rodgers, the 2nd tight end on this play.
He's guarded by that 0 linebacker there.
That, and it's 3rd and 7. He's got a nice catch average. And he's, again, part of that trio of tight ends and a tight end-centered offense. I know he's got a real dangerous receiver card. So there it is. Look at me calling it, but it is slant. But Cleveland saw it too. They doubled him. And
Nice.
result is receiver on the defensive card, so it goes to the double team call.
And there's a
Nothing
pass
happens.
interference.
But pass interference, you're right, is the call. And so the Eagles' drive is extended. Last time we had a 3rd down pass interference call, the Eagles ended up in the end zone. So we'll see where we go here.
Yeah, that's the one that negated the interception.
That's exactly right. So that's where we're now at the 1st and 10. Eagles at the 37 of Cleveland. And right out of the gates, Cleveland's going to show blitz out of the 4-3. Short pass, Dallas Goedert, and that's good for 12 yards. Caught the Cleveland defense guessing run. And that'll get it down to the 25-yard line.
Wentz is 12 for 15.
Yeah, that's something for Wentz, who came into this game averaging, I know the Eagles as a team were averaging like 51 or 52% completion rate. So 12 of 15 here in the first half is really good for him. Miles Sanders back in as the tailback. Out of the shotgun now, Carson Wentz. Goddard and Ert are the 2 tight ends. Rager and Jackson are split out wide. Cleveland still showing blitz, and that's an inside run against the pass defense. Miles Sanders going up the middle, and that's a 4-yard gain on the defensive card, so 2nd and 6. Still outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. Same formation out of the offense. Defense as well, still showing blitz. 1:37 to go here in the first half in Cleveland. Sideline pass to Jalen Rager. Wentz on his card. Result is receiver, and we've got an 8-yard completion and a first down. Rager getting out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock with 1:30 to go. 90 seconds left. They're at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Rager now 5 catches in this game. And Carson Wentz goes over 100 yards passing. Boston Scott comes back in as tailback. And it's going to be a quick slant over the middle. Richard Rodgers, again, the target. And that's going to be a 3-yard completion with some yak opportunity.
Ooh.
Add on another 9, and that's a 1st and goal down to the 1. Richard Rodgers getting the yak and getting them down to the goal line. 1st and goal at the 1. And the defense, Cleveland took a timeout there, so that'll stop the clock with 1:22 here in the first half. From the 1-yard line, Wentz out of the full house. He's going to sneak it, and he's getting nowhere.
Penalty.
There's a penalty and offsides on Cleveland, so it wasn't going to be a touchdown, and so they're even closer inside the 1, if you can trust us and picture that. Once again, out of the full house. 4-3 showing blitz. Nose tackles of 5. I like Boston Scott here, but they're going to go to Wentz anyway. And they're keying Wentz. A successful key drops him for a loss. 2nd and goal on the 1. So the Browns have stopped consecutive plays at the 1-yard line. A penalty reset the first one. And now a 1-yard loss, successfully keying the quarterback. And we're waiting on Cleveland to make a timeout decision, and it looks like we didn't take a timeout, did we? Nope. 45 seconds left to go. 2nd and goal here at the 2. Still think he might run it to Scott here. I think
he's not afraid to pass out of this full house, though, either.
I am. I get nervous about passing out a full house. There's a sneak again to Carson Wentz. The defense stayed on the run call, and it's a 1-yard. So he gets the 1 yard back that he just lost. 3 straight, or actually 4 straight run plays, and it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 45 seconds to go.
Oh, he's going to the 2 tight end, single back.
Actually, no timeout was called. There's only 15 seconds left. Excuse me. 3rd and goal at the 1. So huge moment in this game. Eagles down 3 with 3rd and goal at the 1. Full house formation. 4-3 by the defense. Showing blitz.
Pitch out right. No linebackers there, but called. That's on the defense card.
And that's a touchdown. Boston Scott runs it in around the end.
That's a risky call because if it's on the offense card, you could lose yards easily.
Maybe why he thought he could catch him off guard.
Yep.
And with 1 second left, the Eagles take the first half lead. The extra point is through, and they're up 14-10. And we'll probably see an onside kick here. It is an onside kick, and that's the end of the first half. Let's see if these guys are going to take a break here.
Good half.
Yeah, it's actually a very good half. And a close game setting up for the second half here.
Yep.
Second here.
Cleveland won this game in real life 22-17 last year.
There you go.
This game's moving along quickly.
And we're underway here in the second half. Cleveland kicks off the Philly, who starts off at their 25, taking the touchback. So just to put a fine point on that first half, 164 to 153 was the yardage in that first half. 14 first downs to 10, advantage Philly. Philly did finally complete that third down. There's a short pass, incomplete, but there's a penalty. And they're going to back them up 5 yards on that one. So 1st and 15 now at the 20.
Wentz was 14 for 17 in the first half.
Probably the best first half he's had this year. Maybe, maybe not. Because the yardage
he had a good
lot.
one against Dallas. I don't know what it was exactly, but
there's a deep ball, but no, he's sacked. Dropped back, but Larry Ogunjobi drops him for 8 yards. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 23 way back at the 12-yard line for Philadelphia. Wouldn't surprise me if this is a defensive battle and somebody wins this game with less than 20, 24 points.
You know, with that Sanders run card, you can't just automatically call pass in this situation either. You got to, I don't
That's
know.
right. That's right. That's the real, just the
guys like Dalvin Cook are the same way when you go against them.
Real security blanket, having a running back that can get you out of a 2nd and 23. And sure enough, off tackle to Sanders, but give Cleveland credit. The ballsy call of run on defense on 2nd and 23. It is a 6-yard gain because it went to the defensive card. And so
that's
3rd and 17.
That takes guts to call run in that situation.
Yes, it does.
If you never do it, you're going to get burnt sometimes. So
you're right. Yeah, I'm sure you've called run on 2nd and 23. I have too.
Yep, and then they went deep, and the guy got beat for a touchdown.
We've all had days like that. Mama told us that would happen. 3rd and 17, Philly from their 18. They're up by 4, 14 to 10 here in the second half in Cleveland. 2 tight end formation, staring at a nickel defense on 3rd down. We've got a sideline pass here to Jalen Reagor. And that's going to be a nice pickup of 7 yards, but not near enough for the first down. 4th and 10 from the 25, and the Eagles are punting away. Just got the sack yardage back, basically. Nice punt of 57 yards, and from inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. It's being fielded there by Donovan Peoples-Jones, and a modest 2-yard return.
The punt yardage seemed accurate that time.
Yeah, that's not blessed with the best special teams here, at least in the return game for either of these clubs. Cleveland taking over now at their 20. Nick Chubb's the tailback, and they're going to run him right up the middle into a run defense. And no gain. Good call on defense there by Bruce. Would have been a 6-yard gain otherwise. Chubb once again out of the blocking back formation. This time it's going to be a pass into the flat for Nick Chubb. And the defense was guessing pass. Result is receiver, and it's incomplete. So 2 plays, nothing doing. Cleveland looking at a 3rd and 10, staring at the business end of a 3-and-out. Mayfield just 6 of 13 now for 79 yards. Three wide receivers split out. Nickel defense on 3rd and 10. Eagles don't have a very good pass defense. If you're willing to stare down his blitz, there's plenty of holes in that pass defense. There's a short pass to Odell Beckham. The Eagles were doubling the halfback instead, and there's a possible pick, incomplete on the split roll on the defensive card. 3-and-out for Cleveland, and they're giving it right back to Philly.
Both teams are tuning up their defense here in the second half.
Well, it was just 2 series ago, I think, that I said we might just get a defensive battle and somebody winning this game with about 20 points. We'll see. Here's a 49-yard punt.
Plus a 10-yard bounce.
Oh, nice bounce indeed. That's going to get it down to the 21, and that's where Philly is going to take over here. Now 11:42 to go here in the third. Miles Sanders, the tailback in the 2 tight end formation. Tom Veltri out of the 4-3, calling a blitz again. So the Cleveland defense has shown a propensity for showing blitz with their safety. Here's a short pass to Dallas Goedert. Oh, we've got a sack, actually. Didn't get that pass off, and he fumbles the ball. You're right, and let's see who's got it. And the offensive line looks like falls on it. Let's see who's got it. Oh, he's going to try to advance that, and does. So a lot going on that play. A 3-yard pickup of that fumble and advancement by Nate Herbig. So Wentz put it on the turf, but the Eagles recover it. But just like last drive, they're behind the down.
Another second and long.
Say another second and long.
No, he doesn't have Sanders in there now. But
and again, that's not just a second and long, but it's a second time, and both of them are inside their own red zone too. So just a tough spot to be in for him. Two tight end formation here for the Eagles. Defense is showing nickel. And here's a quick out to Richard Rodgers. Cleveland was doubling receivers, but not the right one. And Rodgers has it for a 7-yard completion, and that's going to be 3rd and 9. So Rodgers gets the job done on 2nd down to set up a more manageable 3rd down opportunity. 3rd and 9 from the 22. Boston Scott's in as the tailback, right by Carson Wentz out of the shotgun. Rager and Jackson are split out wide. Cleveland will show blitz again here on 3rd and 9. There's an inside run draw on 3rd and 9. Boston Scott up the middle, and that's not going to be enough. It's just a 1-yard gain. Defensive left tackle puts him down. And that's going to be a punt. From his own 23, another boomer. And that's going to be a 60-yard punt inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And Donovan Peoples-Jones with a 2-yard return once again. Harlan, does it seem like we're just seeing these drives repeat themselves here in the second half? Another punt, another boomer, another 2-yard return, and these teams keep going nowhere and punting it deep.
Yeah, first 3 drives so far, it seems like that way. But
they've got some, real breakaway players in Chubb and Sanders, but you don't have them on the outside so much. And here's an inside run, but nothing doing for Chubb. The Eagles guessing run and stopping them for a 1-yard loss. So both coaches are recognizing, hey, as on defense, they're both kind of saying to the other team, I don't think your quarterback could do too much harm, and I'm going to call a lot of run in this game and control your big playmaker. Yeah. And so that's keeping the score down here. Here's a 6-yard run by Chubb.
Yeah, I think you don't want the Browns to beat you with a running game, but Eagles have a decent run defense. So, if they call a run, it might work out. But some teams with a poor run defense, like the Cowboys, they roll on their card. It doesn't matter what you call them.
Yeah.
Left and right.
that is about as powerless a feeling as you can get playing Stratomatic as a bad run defense.
Unless you want to start calling short yardage defense a lot, but that seems like it's a risky proposition.
100%. Another big 3rd down here for Cleveland, 3rd and 5 at their own 24.
3 receiver set.
And they're going to throw button hook to Kareem Hunt. Defense calling run. It's an opportunity, and yet it is incomplete on the defensive card.
Another punt coming up.
Another blown opportunity.
More in the second half than they had the whole first half.
That's right. 3 and out, and Cleveland kicking it right back. And if our pattern continues, this should be a nice long boot. 45 yards in the air down to the 31-yard line. Philly's returner Greg Ward takes it there for a modest 3 yards. And it's 1st and 10 Philly at the 34. So I feel like we've had a lot of drives here already in the second half, and yet there's still 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. And it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Philly with the ball up by 4, 14-10.
Have there been any turnovers yet?
I think there was the one. Am I right about that? Was there a sack and a fumble? Here's a off-tackle run to Miles Sanders, and that's going to be a 7-yard
I
gain.
think the offense recovered the fumble on the sack.
No interceptions and no fumbles. So we're clean there. And as far as penalties, not bad either. Just a 5-yard penalty on Philly and 3 for 36 on Cleveland. Here's an inside run on 2nd and 3 going right back to Miles Sanders. And on his card, it's just a single yard, setting up a short 3rd and 2 from the 42-yard line.
Cleveland had 2 pass interference penalties, if I recall.
That's true. That's absolutely right.
But the one was huge, like we said. They had intercepted the pass, and the pass interference call nullified the interception.
3rd and 2, Sanders in the deep eye. I think I'd just run it right up the middle, behind that 6-rated center in Jason Kelce.
Was you short yardage defense in here if you're Cleveland, or try to?
I like this. I like what I call the egg in 2 baskets defense, where I call run and cover the flats, which is exactly what Cleveland does, but it is a run right up the middle for 5 yards on the defensive card. So Miles Sanders gets the benefit of going to the defensive card and picks up the 5-yard gain, and it's a 1st down conversion.
So had there been one linebacker in the zone, would that have affected? We still probably would have got it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so that box that's there, I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's possibly extra yardage. But with the man there, I think that doesn't count. Here's a 2-yard run on 1st down by Boston Scott. That was right on his card as the focus on run defense for both teams continues. Tom Veltri calling run defense on 1st down. Seems like these teams really are struggling to get that run game going. And that's where their big playmakers are. So without it, they're having to kind of move down the field slowly. Here's another run. 3 yards for Boston Scott. Another short run for Scott because another run call on defense. I don't know. I think with the bad pass defense in short range that Philly has, I might want to be attacking that later in this game if I'm Cleveland. Got to worry about the sacks, though. But here's 3rd and 5 for Philly at the 48 of Cleveland. Boston Scott's your 3rd down tailback.
I'm surprised to see a run here by Philadelphia.
It's a screen, and they've double-teamed successfully Boston Scott out of the backfield. 2 men in the zone.
Nice call.
Great call on 3rd down, absolutely.
Another punt.
And by the way, that's the first incompletion Wentz has had since we started calling out that he only had 3 incompletions. He's 16 of 20, but has to punt here. And a 49-yard punt that, because of the coffin corner, is going to go out of bounds at the 11. And Cleveland will take over there.
I don't think Cleveland's got a 1st down in the second half yet.
I don't either. Let's take a look real quick. They're taking over at their 11. Yeah, Cleveland's punted twice this half and 3 punts for Philly, so nothing doing. Here's an inside run for Chubb against the run defense again, and he's got a split roll, 5 yards. Missed that 15-yarder on a 2 through 4. Chubb and Sanders both about the same, a handful of carries and about 50 yards.
Seems like Bruce is daring Cleveland to call a pass, and they're just trying to run it.
It does. That's what I was thinking, the same thing. Bruce is consistently on the run call. Here's another run to Chubb up the middle, this time against a pass defense. Goes right back to the defensive card, though, and a 6-yard gain through the right guard. Yep, 1st down, out to the 22. So that'll be the first down for Cleveland.
There's a pass.
There it is. Short pass to the run against the run defense. 13 yards. Higgins converts. Rashad Higgins with that Baker Mayfield pass. Mayfield just 7 of 16 for 92 yards. So sometimes people like you and I on the sidelines are like, you need to pass more, but it's tough to do that when you as the play caller are staring at a sub 50% completion percentage, because you're saying to yourself, that's what I've been doing. Here's another short pass to Higgins, again against a run defense call, and that's complete for 15, and it's going to stand. There's a penalty, but that penalty is going to be against Philly, and the 15-yard completion stands. 1st and 10 Cleveland at the 50.
Yeah. Tom probably knows a lot better how to coach this Browns team than we do.
Yeah, that's probably true. I've had plenty of people tell me what I should be doing to get my Chiefs to start playing better, and every time I'm like, yeah, I've tried that too. It's
just get one or two kick return touchdowns a game, you're almost guaranteed to win, aren't you?
Well, it's funny you say that. Are you aware that I had back-to-back kick returns last night and still lost?
I watched the second half of that.
Oh, that's right. You were there. I saw after I watched it later that you were there for the post-game interview.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody have 2 return touchdowns in a game and not win it.
Well, I've almost done it twice. I had 2 touch returns. This is the second game this year I've had two touchdown returns. Darius Slay, by the way, getting hurt on that play. That's a pretty good cornerback for the Eagles, I believe.
So this is quite a drive by Cleveland right now, and another pass against the run. Uh-oh.
There's a possible pick, but it's not. Incomplete. Baker Mayfield with a pretty good interception rate that's low. Darius Slay is a left cornerback 4 that got hurt. So zeros all linebackers, and both the cornerbacks are at 0 right now for Philly as well. 2nd and 10. Cleveland listening to us suddenly. It seems like another short pass. 11 yards again to Rashad Higgins, who now has 6 catches, 72 yards in this game. Baker Mayfield, 10 of 20 for 128, and well over half those yards are to Higgins. 1st and 10 now at the Philly 29-yard line. We're now getting into field goal range. Here's a deep ball to Higgins. Run defense is the call again from Bruce.
He's got a guy back there.
Oh, defensive card, and it's incomplete, a possible interception. So on a long pass on wrong, Baker Mayfield.
Definitely like the call on 1st down. I mean, I do like that call.
He made a good call. Well, give Tom credit. He started recognizing what you and I did. A lot of opportunities with the run calls on defense, and he's throwing into them. And even though he missed that long pass, he's in field goal range now. So I'm sure he's happy about that. And here's another short pass. He's on the attack. Austin Hooper's your target.
I don't think.
And that didn't get off. That's actually an offsides call, 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15 now at the 34-yard line. Cleveland really needs to get down into the 40s range, 40-yard field goal, 40 to 45 if they're going to hit it. The deep kicks over 50 are kind of tough for the Cleveland kicker. Here's a pitch out to Chubb against a run call. That's going to be 2 yards. That's not what you want. It went to the defensive card, and onside tackle needed to be a 6, so just a 2-yard gain, and that's not what you wanted. So that sets up a long 3rd down opportunity. 3rd and 13, and that's a tough range where even the short pass, you start worrying, I'm going to get stuck with that 11 or 12 or 10.
Yeah, you don't want to get a sack here. I mean, you just get a couple yards and improve your field goal percentage is okay too.
You're right. That's a great call. I was about to say, you're absolutely right. That's very smart, Harlan. At the 32-yard line now, right on the range of that border I just said, you can't kick that long one. So sure enough, off tackle draw, but it's keyed. So wow. Tom was listening to us again, and it cost him this time because he did the off tackle draw to Kareem Hunt, and he lost a yard because the draw resulted in a key.
Right.
Because Bruce stuck with the run call on defense. So let's at least highlight starting. Great call by Bruce. And now you've got a 4th and 14 at the 33. He's going to try this field goal. It's 2-3 from here. He needs a +1 on that variable field goal to have a good shot. Let's see if he gets that variable. He does, and it's good. He needed the +1 on that variable field goal to avoid the 2-3 and got it. And Cleveland, with that variable boost, gets the field goal to cut this to a 1-point game, 14-13.
It's going to come down to the wire, I think.
It will indeed, and we are now officially into the 4th quarter. Still just 14-13. We might have a game with both teams under 20. Someone said that could happen a little while ago. Philly take it over again at their 25. And Sanders. Deep eye in the familiar two tight end formation. Goddard and Ertz. Cleveland showing blitz out of the 4-3 once again, and it's a short pass from Philly to Deshaun Jackson. Haven't heard from Myles Garrett yet today. Flushed out of the pocket. Wentz looking for a target, and he's looking at Goddard, but it's incomplete. Result of receiver, Goddard couldn't pull it in on a 10. We've got 2nd down and 10 now. Wentz still a respectable 16 of 21 in this game after that incompletion. Same formation from both the offense and defense here on 2nd and 10. And here's a little look-in pass over the middle. Jalen Reagor is the target. Result of receiver, and he's got it. That's 6 yards. That'll set up a more manageable down and distance, 3rd and 4. Philly from their 31-yard line. Eagles on the road protecting a 1-point lead here in the 4th quarter at Cleveland.
Could go either way, run or pass in this situation.
That's the beauty of getting a good shorter down and distance. That's how the Raiders beat me last night. Their 3rd downs were so much better than mine. Whereas he was always in 3rd and 2 to 4, I was always in 3rd and 6 to 8. Cleveland choosing not to show blitz on 3rd and 4. The safety stays back. Coach Mogg taking his time on this offensive call. Big 3rd down play here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to quick slant it over the middle to Dallas Goedert. Defense calls pass. We've got an interception possibility. It is picked off.
There's the Wentz that we know and love.
Intercepted. Wentz finds the defense. And it looks like the middle linebacker, I think. We'll see in a second here. B.J. Goodson read it and picks it off, and he's going to return that down inside the 20. Cleveland right back into the red zone on that interception. B.J. Goodson stepped in front of it.
Well, that hurts on a flat pass.
And the middle linebacker comes up with a big one here. 1st and 10 at the 18. 13:30 to go now. Cleveland trails by 1. They're inside the 20-yard line. Here's a run up the middle to Chubb. Eagles calling run again. 4-yard gain. Chubb plows through. 2nd and 6 at the 14.
The Eagles have been really tough in the red zone here.
And they're probably going to make him work for it. We got another run call again. I like the call, but it's a square in.
Linebacker.
Jarvis Landry over the middle. Rizzolo's receiver, and he's got it. 12 yards down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Cleveland. And you got to think with Chubb and Hunt, they can run it in from here. 11 of 22. Mayfield now back at 50% completions. Eagles defense 4-3 showing blitz. Full house. Run up the middle. Kareem Hunt on his card on right. He loses a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 3. Any thoughts of throwing the ball here, Harlan, or you like just to keep pounding away with these backs?
I really don't like throwing it out of that full house.
I don't either. Neither does Bruce. Running up the middle again. Chubb, defensive card. Touchdown, Browns.
There you go.
And so the Browns are back on top. And let's see if they go for the 2-point conversion here to try to go up by 7. I think I would, wouldn't you?
I think
they
it's
are.
a smart thing to do, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm kind of on the border, but it's going to be a 2-point conversion attempt. Run is the defensive call. Short pass. Higgins, he's in there. And that conversion is good. Cleveland now takes the 7-point lead, 21-14. And with 11:24 to go in the 4th, they have kicked off to Philly, who will take over after the touchback at their 25-yard line.
This was the kind of game where you were just waiting for some kind of turnover or something to totally change the momentum, and that's what happened in that last series.
That's exactly right. Good analysis, Harlan. You asked earlier, hey, has there been a turnover yet? And you're right. As soon as we have one, we've got a big change in this game now. Here's a deep ball. Wentz looking to tight end Richard Rodgers.
Nobody home.
Nobody in the zone. Nobody in the zone. So you're looking for the defensive
Richards
card.
is guarded by a 0. Oh, it goes on the Wentz's card.
We've got a must run, and it's a fumble, sack, fumble.
Oh, my gosh.
Wentz puts it on the ground again, and the defense has it. Browns are on the ball again.
That's what you get with Wentz sometimes. He's a turnover machine. But some games he's great.
And they decide to just fall on it. So correct me if I'm wrong, Harlan.
Nothing that Bruce could do about that. He had a good call.
No doubt about it, but correct me if I'm wrong. Wentz fumbled once that was recovered before he threw an interception and now fumbled again.
He had one that was recovered by his own team on a sack fumble.
Short pass on first down. Mayfield hits Higgins again, and that's 10 yards.
That's the second fumble. The first one was recovered by his own team.
Yep. So 1st and 10 at the 13. Screen to Nick Chubb against a run defense. Incomplete. So good call on offense there by Cleveland. Trying for that flat against a run defense, but incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10. Chubb is the single setback. Short pass. Austin Hooper. Incomplete on the defensive card. And it's 3rd and 10. So this is a big play coming up here. We've got just under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th. Philly down by 7. And Cleveland knocking on the door again. 3rd and 10 at the 13. Philly wanting to hold them to a field goal here. Back-to-back turnovers by Philly. Putting this game on the line for them. Here's a short pass to Harrison Bryant. Defense calling pass. Mayfield from his card. 11 yards. And that's going to be first down. It is going to be 1st and goal at the 2. Just like Cleveland likes it. If I'm Cleveland and I've got those running backs, give me that 1st and goal inside the 5. Inside run to Chubb. Touchdown. So, wow, back-to-back turnovers on just the first couple of plays within the drive, both times by Carson Wentz, lead to 15 immediate unanswered points.
It's been a disastrous second half for Wentz.
18 points now in the 4th quarter for Cleveland, thanks to those Wentz turnovers. Deep kickoff and results in another touchback. And so it's a whole different ball game. We said that first turnover changed the whole face of this ball game. Well, the second one, frankly, changed it more. Cleveland with back-to-back touchdowns. They're now up 2 touchdowns, 28-14 at home. Crowd's getting riled up. USFFL sack leader Myles Garrett ready to start turning loose. They're going to have to start thinking of throwing here at some point. Here's an off tackle to Miles Sanders, and he's loose across the 40, down inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 1. 74 yards. Miles Sanders. Just as I was saying, they're going to have to start thinking of passing. Bruce brings out the big gun, the hammer from the backfield, and Sanders has him 1st and goal. Wow.
That's why he's such a weapon. I mean,
we were just saying earlier how important it is that your running backs can bail you out like that. Right at the middle. Touchdown on the sneak. Wentz is in. And so in a
going to go for 2? That's interesting.
I don't think so. That's an analytics play if he does. He's down by 8. The safe play, you take the extra point. But I know why you think about it. I don't know. He is going for it. You're right. Blocking back formation.
I was looking at the stats, and it looks like the conversion rate on 2-point conversion tries in the league is over 50%.
Is that USFFL percentage?
Yeah.
Or real? Yep.
Okay. USFFL.
Showing blitz out of the 4-3. Run call by the defense. Short pass. Dallas Goedert. Wentz gets the result of receiver on his card, and Goddard again can't bring it in. Second time in the second half. Goddard's hit a 10 on wrong on his card. So that's going to keep this as an 8-point lead for Cleveland, 28-20. And Philly kicks it off down to the goal line. And a touchback.
I don't know what the thinking was there going for 2, but I mean.
Well, I think the thinking is, that your next touchdown, then you can win it with just an extra point, and you're still in the game if you don't do it. That's how it is usually explained when I hear the analysis in that exact same situation, watching the 10,000 football games that I digest voluntarily every year. We have a problem. Snap fumble. Baker Mayfield on the first play. It's on the ground.
Oh, and this covered.
But his line looks like they've got it. As long as he falls on it. No, he's going to try to advance it, and he does. 8-yard gain. So he lost a yard on the snap fumble. It was picked up there by Harrison Bryant and forwarded 8 yards. So it sets up a 2nd and 3 for Cleveland.
That was a big guy. Been huge at Philly falling on that ball.
Oh, no kidding. 8 minutes and 6 seconds left in this game. Philly down by 8, trying to get
really with that 2-point conversion. Once it was on the receiver's card, it was a pretty good chance it was going to be good.
Second and 3, successful key on Nick Chubb. It's still a 5-yard gain, but there's a penalty, and it's coming back. Cleveland flag for holding. So that's a huge penalty. It takes us back to a 2nd and 13 for Cleveland at their 22. Just the break Bruce needs to try to put the iron fist on this drive here. Short pass to Jarvis Landry. Bruce sticking with the run call on defense, and it's a 14-yard completion.
Another holding call.
And again, so back-to-back plays, Cleveland calls short pass on wrong, gets the completion, holding call, brings it back. It's 2nd and 23.
Who's the injury?
Rashard Higgins, who's had a big game, has just suffered a concussion. And looks like he's going to miss 2 games after this. So he comes out, Odell Beckham coming in. He split out with Jarvis Landry here on 2nd and 23. Pitch out to Nick Chubb, but the defense, Bruce, stubbornly calling run a 3rd time, limiting Chubb's chances. But Chubb hits short gain on right. 20 yards. Wow.
Higgins is the 3rd leading receiver coming into the game.
What a turn of events there. He keys Chubb successfully. No, wait, that's true. He calls run defense, Bruce does, on 2nd and 23, and he still doesn't get the payoff. Short gain on right, 20-yard on the split roll, and here's a big 3rd and 3 now for Cleveland. 7:12 to go at their own 32. Philly desperately needing the ball. Blocking back formation. Chubb in the deep eye. Beckham and Landry are split out. Eagles out of the 4-3. You think if they're going to run Chubb to the left, but it's a short pass. Bruce again guesses run. Opportunity again for Mayfield on short wrong.
He's got a good wrong column. For sure.
I know he does.
He's got a weak 3-man in zone column.
And that's going to be a completion. 14 yards to Jarvis Landry and a 1st down.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems to me like Bruce is really holding to that run call a little strong there. I don't know. 3rd and I don't know. But
I can't blame him for going on, but it's hard.
You are facing Nick Chubb. Yeah. Here's a short pass again. Odell Beckham, Bruce Collin pass on this one, and Beckham pulls it in anyway, 13 yards. And now we've got situation critical because it's now 6:18 to go in this game. Philly down by 8. They can't afford to give up another point very well, and it's already at the 41-yard line in their territory. Here's a short pass to Jarvis Landry, but Bruce and the Eagles keying incomplete. So another key on Chubb, short pass. They find the only incompletion on Philly's defensive card, and that's 2nd and 10. Big break there for Philly to set up a good down and distance here.
Still a lot of game left, though. Bruce just needs to stop and to get the ball back.
Mayfield back to pass again, short to Landry, and he finds that blank again. So the Eagles just have one incompletion spot, one blank on their short pass 3-man card, and Mayfield finds it on back-to-back plays, and that's how you end up with a 50% completion rate, which is where he's at right now at 15 of 30. Nevertheless, with 5:42 to go, Mayfield still has his team on top. 28-20. They're 3rd and 10 now at the Philly 41. This is really the play of the game. You get the 1st down here, you're into field goal range. You don't, and Philly gets the ball back with time to make that last drive. Big time play. 3 wide receivers are split out now. Short pass to Landry as the wide receiver, but they're double teaming Kareem Hunt out of the backfield. Let's see if we'll go to the offense or defensive card. You want it to go to the offense card where Mayfield's there, but he's flushed out of the pocket, so we're looking for a flat receiver. Mayfield from his card, -1 with a little yak, and he's not going to get it. The yak is just 6 yards. And on that completion, Beckham ends up with a 5-yard completion, so it's 4th and 5 at the 36. Let's analyze. From here, it's a 2 to 3 field goal for Cleveland. They could maybe get +4 variable field goal this time to get to a makeable, but that's such long odds. I think you go for the 4th and 5. Harlan, tell me what you got.
4th and 5 from the 36. Yeah, I go either because you're punting. The chances are you're going to get it to 20 anyway.
And looks like
I think that's a good call.
That's right. I think that Tom is agreeing with us. He's going for it. Big play here. 4th and 5 at the Philly 36. 5:24 to go. Blocking back formation. It is now Kareem Hunt instead of Chubb in the backfield for this 4th down. Slant. Austin Hooper on the short pass.
Three backs there.
And that's going to be complete. 15 yards. Went to the defensive card. That's exactly what you want. And a 6-7 roll gives a defender that can't beat that 6. And with a 15-yard completion.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles have any 6s in their defensive backfield.
Not at all, and they're in trouble now. 1st and 10 at the 21. Here's an off tackle to Chubb, who's keyed 7 yards anyway. And so now it's 2nd and 3 at the 14. 4:12 to go. Dire time here now for the Eagles. They really need a break. Cleveland drops back to the full house. I think they can just play it safe. I think if I'm Mayfield, why would I want to pass at all right now? 2nd and 3, full house. You know you can run Kareem Hunt or Chubb. If they key the wrong one or don't key at all you need is 3 yards, and you got 3 shots to get that 1st down here. Chubb now 15 carries for 93 yards.
Going out of the full house if he tries to pass it. Inside run.
Short yardage defense. Chubb running right up the middle on it, no gain. So 3rd and 3. So if you want to start angling for a path to victory, Eagles on 3rd and 3 get a stop here. There's 3:36. They'd force a field goal, and they'd be down if the field goal is made by 11 with a little over 3 minutes to go. That's still doable, but it's a long shot probably. 3rd and 3. The Browns will function out of the full house again on this play.
Pretty sure Bruce would call run defense here. I mean, I would probably guess go run if I'm Cleveland, but a pass could have some success here.
Run right up the middle. Nick Chubb against a short yardage defense. Nothing doing again. And on 4th down with 3 minutes to go, Cleveland going to try this kick.
Field goal here.
This field goal would almost put it out of range. 2 through 8 and 11-12. He's got it. Cody Parkey, true. And the Browns take the 11-point lead now, 31-20. And the kickoff leads to a touchback. And with 2:42 to go, the Eagles take over at their own 25-yard line, down by 11. So I take back what I said about maybe nobody reaching 20 points in this game. I couldn't have envisioned all these turnovers inside your own 20-yard line.
Yeah, with Sanders, I mean, he can still bust a big one and get him right back in this thing.
That's true. He did have that 74-yarder when we thought the odds were long last time. Sanders is in the deep eye. Defense out of the nickel. I think I'd sure run against a nickel. And they're going to pitch it out to Miles Sanders again against the pass defense.
There's a linebacker there, though.
And he hits that linebacker. He still picks up 5 yards. And gets out of bounds to boot. 2nd and 5 at the 30. Sanders, 12 carries and 128 on the day. His 10.7 per carry average on the day does not hurt his league-leading 7.3. 2nd and 5 call. Here's a slant to Richard Rodgers. A couple of receivers doubled, but not Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Wentz on his card can't find it. It's now 3rd and 5. Boy, you almost get to the point. You're now down to the 2-minute warning. You're looking at 2 scores. Sometimes I get to this point. in a comeback, and I've seen plenty of those opportunities, unfortunately, this year, I get to a point where it's time to start thinking of throwing long early. Because if you wait till late, you know you're going to be staring at 2 men in the zone.
Although Wentz, he's so prone to interceptions, but you're right. You really don't have much of a choice right now. Although this is obviously 4-down territory, so he could try to run with Sanders again, break a long one if it doesn't work.
And he does, which is a good call with 2:06 to go. The clock will stop at the 2-minute warning, and he's got a split roll, 5 yards and a first down. He does not get out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. We've reached the 2-minute warning here in Cleveland. First down run from Sanders gives them a 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, but Philly is still down, trailing by 11 points, and so they need 2 scores here in the final 2 minutes. They do have all 3 timeouts left. Do you think you might want to come out of that 2 tight end, or you want to keep that formation?
I think he doesn't want to have that single running back guest right roll if he rolls the one, and that's why he's staying in that formation.
Yeah, and you can kind of use Rodgers and Goddard with some good effect into the intermediate and long ranges. Really, here's a pitch out to Miles Sanders. We're again looking for that big run. Goes to his card, but it's only 5 yards. And that gets up to the 40. He does not get out of bounds. We'll see if Bruce wants to burn his first time out. I don't see any reason why not. And he does. So 2 timeouts now for Philly, 2nd and 5 at their 40.
I mean, he's been blitzing that right or left linebacker a lot. Maybe you try a flat pass over there and hope to get on his card with 0 men. But
2nd and 5, Philly from the 40. Still the nickel defense for the Browns, and they call run out of that nickel. That's a surprising call. Sideline pass to Jalen Reagor. He's got a short gain. Hits his number, and he's going to get out of bounds maybe. Let's see. He does. 17-yard pickup. That's across midfield to the 43 of Cleveland. Harlan, what do you think of that run call on defense there from the nickel?
You know what? I don't blame him for calling that because you're worried about Sanders breaking the long run. So I mean, it looked bad when he called the flat pass, but I think it's not a bad defensive call, honestly.
Yeah, you're right because you're kind of damned if you do. If you call that if you go out of the dime, you're letting him run. He knows he can run. Oh, a big sack. You're absolutely right. Holy mackerel! 8-yard loss. Second.
That was huge.
Philly back inside their own territory at the 49. And as I was saying, if you run out of the dime, you're letting him run because he knows you're going to be calling pass. And if you run out of the nickel and you call run, you move that safety up. So it's a tough spot that Sanders puts.
But out of this formation, I think you can move the other defensive back into the deep zone to make up the safety moving up.
And there's a draw on he called an off-tackle draw to Miles Sanders, sticking with that theme, trying to break that long run.
He's calling run defense. That's
right.
He knows he's trying. He's more nervous about trying to have Wentz win the game than he is going to have Sanders.
And I have to tell you, I asked, what do you think about it? And the more I assess it, I think that both you and Tom are right. Why wouldn't you call run here? You at least got to mix it in because, what is Wentz going to do? Yep, 3rd and 15 at the Cleveland. What do you think here? Going to run again on 3rd and 15 from your 48?
Well, it's 4-down territory.
I think
you go either way here. I mean,
you can set up that short pass if you get like 5 yards to try to get that 4th down conversion.
My guess is 3rd and 15 he's going to call pass defense because then you got the run containment that comes into play as long as he's got a linebacker there, right?
Short pass to Dallas Goedert and incomplete. So we're now inside of a minute, 52 seconds to go. This really is probably it for Philly. 4th and 15 from the Cleveland 48.
He needs a big break here.
The odds are certainly long.
But Wentz's card for short and long is really bad on guest right. He almost needs a penalty or something. That's
a good thing. That's another reason you might throw long. I mean, you can get that 29-yard penalty.
It's getting 15 yards on a short pass isn't guaranteed.
That's exactly right. And you throw long, you still might get that dump rule, pick up, beating a linebacker from there. You just never know.
I mean, look at Wentz's short card there. He doesn't have a 15-yard game.
It's not going to happen there, that's for sure. But he is going short to Dallas Goedert. I guess,
Needs it on the defense card.
even there, how are you going to get 15 is kind of what I'm thinking. You're
Dump
better at
off.
it's a dump pass, and you probably are better
There
off.
you go.
There you go. Oh! So he got the dump off pass, which probably is a better chance to get the 15. Sure enough, he gets the short gain.
He had a better than 50% chance of getting the 15 there.
That's right, but he only got 10 yards. 4th down, turnover on downs, and Cleveland takes over at their own 38. And so, with the win, let me set that up. Cleveland with the win improves to 6-4. They are now tied with the Ravens at 6-4. Both teams one game behind the 7-3 Steelers. That is going to be an interesting race. The Eagles, help me out here, Harlan, because why don't you?
The Eagles are going to be 4-6. They're tied with Washington. They're both behind the Giants, who are 6-4. Giants had a bye week this week, so Giants have a 2-game lead in the division. Maybe moderately comfortable, but 6 weeks left. Anything can happen.
So let's take a look here. 343 to 291 is what Cleveland outgained Philly in this game. But the real story was the turnovers.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wentz fumbled it twice, lost one, and he threw an interception on a flat pass. There's only one man in the zone.
And Bruce Wentz calling. I'm sorry.
Bruce there he is. The real Carson Wentz came to. Yep.
Real Carson.
I wish he'd come to the surface when they played Dallas.
I'm sure you do.
Although he has in the past. This just the game this year. He had a great game against Dallas, but he's had bad games in the past against the Cowboys.
There were not any 100-yard receivers. Miles Sanders, on the basis of that 74-yarder, did end up with 15 for 141. Chubb just under 100 yards in the game. And look at the sacks: 2 for Larry Ogunjobi and 2 for Olivier Vernon. 4 sacks for Cleveland. None for Myles Garrett.
Bruce still needs one more win to qualify for the Coach of the Year playoff. Like I said, he's got Seattle, Green Bay, and New Orleans his next 3 games.
I got to tell you, I don't care who you are in this league. Once you get a team out to 10-0, I want that team. Whoever the next 6 opponents are for Seattle, you should be excited for that game. You should always be geared up to take on a team that hasn't lost.
If I remember correctly, the Eagles beat the Seahawks in the playoffs last year. So maybe they'll have their number. Who knows?
All right, let me get everybody in here. We got Bruce. How you doing there, Bruce?
Okay.
Well, it didn't go so well, did it?
No, like I said in the game, the real Carson Wentz showed up in the 4th quarter.
We kept talking about how well he was playing in the first half.
To lose the game single-handedly. So, yeah.
Talk about
some breaks in the first half, though. 2 big penalty calls. One interception called back, and another on a penalty called back. So,
and you scored on that interception. You scored on that after that interception. You ended up scoring when it was called back.
Yep.
So,
like I say, big breaks at the start. So.
Yeah. So let me ask you: how did you feel? What was your kind of strategy attacking them from an offensive perspective?
I thought I'd throw a lot of flat passes and stuff. They have a shitty pass defense.
Yeah.
Really, even the flat pass, you're good on 4, 5, and 6. You're getting some yardage. So I thought I could capitalize on that. So I threw to Rieger quite a bit there at the beginning. That was my thoughts, and then save Sanders for later on. But like I say, Wentz is a killer. That's the true Wentz, really, fumbling a snap and fumbling a sack. I mean, and then throwing that pick. Like that.
He fumbled 2 sacks, and one you guys recovered your own fumble.
Right. But that interception on 2 to 5 or 12 on flat pass right, that's a killer. That is too big a gap there.
Yeah, especially because it's so dangerous to be throwing short and long, and so it's a tough offense, and you've got your hands full. But like Harl and I were saying as the game was beginning, he mentioned to me, and I hadn't realized. He said, you're just 1 win away from the Coach of the Year tournaments, and I'm like, Philly only won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
So when you think about it like that, you're playing this team pretty good here, Bruce.
Yeah, I got no problems. It's been fun. When I've had Miles Sanders, it's been more fun. It's always nice to hit those long runs just for fun.
That 74-yarder was nice.
Yeah, and then I almost had him in a hole there. He was it 2nd and 23. I called the run, and he hits the short gain for 20 yards. I'm thinking, oh my God, it's not my game when that happens.
I know. And did he end up converting the 3rd and 3 that followed? He did,
Yes.
didn't he? Yeah. Wow.
I know. I think I'm good with just about anything. Even a short gain, I figure I'm okay with because he's, unless he hits the 20 or something. So I figure I'll call run. What's the big deal? If he completes a pass for 10 yards, fine. 15 yards, fine. I'm still 3rd and can bring in the 3-5. But oh, geez.
Yeah, Harlan and I were also talking about you were calling both of you really were calling a whole lot of run defense. And even as both of you offensively showed a willingness to pass, you were both just like, no, I'm not letting this running back beat me. I'm not letting this running back beat me.
Yeah, he's got that. Chubb is a killer card. That's a great card. And even Hunt has got a good card for that matter.
Yeah, I think Hunt's good enough to be a starting back on almost any team in the league, really.
Yeah, how many yards did Chubb finish with that game?
93 in this game, right?
So he's over 1,000 for the season.
That's right. So yeah, it's a good news breaker there, Harlan. Chubb goes over 1,000 yards on the year. And Bruce, so you you fall to 4-6 on the year, and that puts you 2 games behind the Giants. And I think Washington is 4-6 with you. So a little refresher here for those of us that aren't following you exactly close. What is your head-to-head record against those 2 teams that are with you and ahead of you in the standings there?
The Giants we split, and Washington I lost to.
Did you already lose both to Washington?
No, I still have one left with Washington.
Still have one left. And I think, isn't Washington still undefeated in division, or did they lose to the Giants?
Good question.
That I'm not sure. They were undefeated. I'm not sure.
They were 4-0, I think, at one point.
Yes.
But they lost a couple, and I can't remember if one of those was to the Giants.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony, you sleeping there?
I was just listening.
You got a blanket? You're all tucked in?
Yeah, cozy.
Yeah.
No, Washington is still 4-0 in the division. They lost their last 2 non-division games at Detroit and home against Cincinnati, but they're still undefeated in the division.
So
they play Dallas this next week. So
as long as I've
Dallas
got
winless in the division, if anybody's interested.
With the NFC West on here, I need to tell you both that I've been pitching all year the excitement of this NFC East race. So I don't want to hear any more talk about the coach of the year yet, okay? You guys are both still in it, and I want to be down to the week 15, 16, and 17 and watch all 4 of these teams just still be alive. I think that'd be so fun.
Well, I got a tough schedule ahead. I know that.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
We were talking how you got Seattle, and Seattle's still undefeated.
Green Bay.
In Green Bay, yeah.
But I'm due against. Well, I've had a pretty good record against Dennis. He's a great coach. He's got a good team. But I have managed to beat him a couple times. So
yeah, you beat him in the playoffs last year, didn't you?
That's right. I beat him in the playoffs. And the first year I had Philly,
I haven't done that. I haven't beat him in the playoffs. He's good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think the Giants have a particularly easy schedule. I'm just going off memory, so forgive me.
The Giants?
They travel to Seattle, I know, around now. Pretty sure they played.
The Giants? I got to pull up here. They go to Cincinnati, then they go to Seattle. Mm-hmm. Then they host Arizona. Then they host Cleveland.
Hey, speaking of Cleveland, hey, Tom, how are you doing, buddy? Can you hear us?
Hey, guys. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can tell you congratulations on your victory, by the way.
Thank you. A much-needed win.
Oh, that is a much-needed win. You're now 6-4. We were just talking about it. You're tied with the Ravens, 1 game behind Steelers. And I know you finished the season. Your last game, I believe, is against the Steelers. Isn't that right?
It is. And my first matchup with the Steelers did not go well. I got pounded.
I think
but I didn't have Chubb that
26-7 or something like that.
Yeah, Chubb was out that game. I don't think I scored a touchdown in that game.
No, I think it was like
27-6. I'm looking it up. 27-6.
Yeah, it was not good. But
so
hopefully,
talk about this
if I
game.
get Chubb in there, it'll be a little better.
What was your kind of game plan here against the Eagles? What were you kind of looking at as you walked into it?
Try to stop Miles Sanders. That was the game plan. He was the guy I was most afraid of. Yeah,
we noticed that Harlan and I just kept talking. You guys just kind of kept calling run defensively, and you were both saying, look, you just pass. Go ahead. I'm not letting this guy beat me.
Yeah, even if Wentz is not good deep at all.
Right.
And even if he hits some short passes, it's not the end of the world. I mean, Sanders, as you saw, Sanders can go a long way. Guess wrong. He hit that 74-yarder in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And, Wentz at one point was like 16 of 19. And Harlan and I were talking about he's a 50% completion quarterback who's 16 of 19 today. And yet, even with those numbers, you look up and he's almost 100 yards, about 100. It's not like he's not piling up the yards. So, yeah, you kind of kept making – both of you wanted to make the team pass the ball. And I was telling Harlan, I thought we were going to get two teams that were under 20 points when the game was over, but I wasn't expecting you guys to keep turning it over inside the red zone after that. So,
yeah, those two Wentz turnovers were a killer for the Eagles.
Oh yeah, that's really almost the difference maker for sure. So well,
Tom, I was telling these guys I thought I had a chance there at the end. You were 2nd and 23. And ran Chubb. I called run, hit his short gain, and he got 20 yards to make it 3rd and 3. That was a killer.
That I couldn't get any luckier on that roll than I did.
Yeah, that was really good.
And then you converted the third down.
And then converted and then drove down, and it was over. But I thought I had a chance if I were to stop you there.
It would have been easier if you would have stopped guess and run. You were guessing a lot of run. That's tough to move the ball with this team. For long yardage, anyway. I mean, my two running backs are so good.
And, even though you guys were both calling run the whole game, these two main running backs did combine for 230 yards today. So they did okay. They got it done somehow.
Yeah, I don't know what did Mayfield throw for? I don't even think did he even top 200 yards?
That I don't know. That's a good question. I'm curious.
Yeah, 208.
No, just barely. Yeah,
I knew it was close.
And it was just over 50% passing.
Well, your division is. I was just telling the NFC East guys here that their division is going to be fun to watch down the stretch. But AFC North is just like that. The AFC West is starting to kind of turn like that. The NFC South with the Falcons and Saints and everybody. That's going to be a good one too. So. Just real excited. We're about to ramp up some playoff stuff. So, hey, congratulations to you, Tom. If anybody else has anything, let me know. But otherwise, we're good to go. Is there any other games this weekend? I think we're done for the weekend, right?
I think
that's
everything.
One.
Yeah, I think
that's
we were
everything.
The last one.
All right. Well, then be sure and upload that file so I can start running some stats for everybody.
I'm going to load it right now.
All right. Congratulations again. It's good to see all of you. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your day.